11:01. Take some deep breaths. We're here now. I don't have much of a voice today. Welcome to Creative Companions, where we're all believing mirrors for one another. We're here to share in inspiring each other's creativity and silencing the censor. Using Julia Cameron's book, The Artist Way. We're on chapter 3 this week. I'm going to show the book here. If you're here, let me know in the comments. All right. The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. Chapter 3, Recovering a Sense of Power this week. I don't feel very powerful or sound very powerful with what my voice chose to do just this morning. We always take some deep breaths right away when we gather at Creative Companions to settle into our space. You're going to need a cardboard to paint on today. I have a small square. Get yourself a piece of cardboard. We use cardboard because there's always cardboard available. Way too much of it goes in the landfill. You can make it into something beautiful and heal yourself a little at the same time. Also, if you had every week of Creative Companions, if you had to go buy a canvas, that could get expensive, one. And two, you feel more pressured to create a masterpiece. And we're not here to create masterpieces. We're here to masterpiece, remember? That's what we said. So you'll need a cardboard some size. If you don't have a cardboard, find something else in your home that you can paint on. A piece of paper is fine. You could use markers always, if you don't have paint and you want to follow along and share in this experience. We're going to be doing a meditation here in a moment based on recovering a sense of power. Take some deep breaths. Other than that piece of cardboard to paint on, you'll need a palette of some kind to put your paint on. That could be another piece of cardboard if you don't have a fancy palette like this with a thumb hole. Anyway, so something to put your paint on, whatever paint you have, some brushes, some water to dip your brushes in. I have my water jar here. Get that ready. You might want paper towels. Something to wipe your brushes on. I like to use my shawl or I can't see what I'm wearing, but, dress for what you're doing. So I have my paint smock on and my shawl and my doilies. Now I just dropped everything. Okay, so take some deep breaths, gather your things. Get yourself some water or something to drink. We'll be here for less than an hour today talking about recovering a sense of power. So once you have all your things there, and in just a few minutes we're going to begin today's meditation, formally begin today's meditation. But in the meantime, we're taking deeper and deeper breaths as we go, learning to slow, no hurry, no worry. Got my book ready here. I'm going to mark chapter 3's page, because for this meditation, we usually do seated meditations, but for this meditation, we're going to stand in a second. And I do a different kind of meditation every week, and it's a really, really brief meditation, though I like to think of this whole gathering as a meditation. And hopefully, during our time together creating today and every week, you'll continue to return to your breath as a point of focus. Right now, it's good to be here now with you all. My heart's a little racy, always getting myself together and being on time and everything, so a few deep breaths just to Settle into yourself. Still your little heartbeat. Feel your feet on the floor. We're going to stand up. I can't really, oh yeah. I need a cameraman. I need all the things. But we're going to do Wonder Woman pose. So just stand with your feet hip width apart. This is kind of cool. Yeah, now I'm a giant. And put your hands on your hips. You know, superhero pose. Chest out. Breathe in. Breathe out and let your knees bend a little bit. Breathe in again. Breathe out. We're going to take one more deep breath. Pull your shoulder blades together. Empower this pose. We're recovering a sense of power today. Feel yourself a superhero. I'm glad you're here. Deep breathing, meditating, helps to ground us into the now. And in order to create something new, we need to be here now with our fine selves and with the creative process. So where did my cardboard fall to now? Here it is. So we're going to grab our cardboard now and our palette, and let's get some black paint. Black. I have here Mars black, but whatever black you have, let's get a little squirt of that. So, this is the Artist Way group, and we're 3 weeks in now, and we know that the basic tools are the morning pages and the artist date. So I'm wondering if any of you have participated in that and have done the morning pages, and if so, how's that going for you? I've been doing morning pages for 31 years, and I find it really an interesting process. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just show up at the page and start writing whatever thinks you think. It's different every day. You know, and that's one way I realize to stay present is to do something different every day. Don't get stuck in Groundhog Day doing the same thing on the hamster wheel every day. And that's part of what these Creative Companions gatherings are about. I can't get black paint to squirt out. I'm going to have to look for a different tube of black. I know I have more than one. Here's another. What I got now, also Mars black. There we go. So now we're practicing the art of breathing and listening. And we're going to be creating. How fun. If you don't have a really big brush for this part of the painting, you can use a paper towel, wad it up. I'm just going to grab the biggest brush I have available right here, which seems a little stiff. You know, also part of the message from in Creative Companions is to use what you got. Just go with what you got and do the thing. So with the quickness, let's just cover this cardboard with black. Go in whatever direction you want to go. As thick of the paint you want to go. Try to continue to focus on your breathing and just remain with that process. As soon as I get mine covered here, I'm going to look at the book a minute. An artist date. So morning pages, just getting to know yourself and writing 3 pages of brain drain every morning. That's just between you and you. And the other thing Julia asked us to do weekly is take an artist date, which means doing something all by yourself that your child self, your artist self would find fun. I want to say my artist dates this week were painting with the fluorescent blacklight paint. That was new for me. And taking long baths. I'm somewhere that has a bathtub right now at my daughter's. so I can take a bath every day if I want to. Anyway, so get that covered with black. I'd love to hear what your artist dates are. I also got together with a friend this week, and we went thrifting, and I got a couple cool things, and we went, she helped me go buy a black light flashlight so that I could shine that on my newly created black light art, and oh, that was a great moment. Yeah, it looks great. I look forward to showing that at some point. Anyway, so continue to just keep your hand moving and get that canvas, that cardboard, painted black. And I'm going to talk to you a minute about what Julia says about recovering a sense of power. Oh, she's going to talk about anger here at the beginning. And anger is fuel, she says. We feel it and we want to do something. Hit someone, break something, throw a fit, smash a fist into the wall. But we're nice people. And what we do with our anger is we stuff it, deny it, bury it, block it, hide it, lie about it, medicate it, muffle it, ignore it. We do everything but listen to it. It's meant to be listened to. It's a voice. Anger is meant to be respected. It's a map. It shows us what our boundaries are. So in a recovery, if you're looking at recovery as a whole, anger is a sign of moving towards health. So you could look at it that way. Wow. Anger is meant to be acted upon. It's not meant to be acted out. So we shouldn't be hurting others with our anger. It points the direction. We are meant to use anger as fuel to take the actions we need to move where our anger points us. I like that. Anger is not the action itself. It is action's invitation. And our journal is a great place to talk about and be angry and write all the angry stuff and get to the root of it. You know, what is that anger motivating us to do? What are we going to make of it? Okay, so next on our painting, let's get some white paint now. I have titanium white. Let's have a little squirt of white. Take some deep breaths. Now, I'd like to find a really stiff, kind of yucky brush. Let's see. You know, no hurry, no worry. We're often rushed through our life and on schedules and rushing to this thing and that thing, and that's when we fall down and mistakes, things happen. So we're learning not to hurry through our creative process. So I got this brush that's like all fuzzy and kind of messed up. I think it's going to work for what I'm wanting to do, which is create some stars on here by flicking the paint. Yeah, look at that. And you can flick from different distances and just play around with making stars. You can also do it with a quick, well, that makes nice real little ones too. And just, you know, you can go crazy with stars on here. If you get a big blob, I like to have a smaller brush handy. So see where that big white blob is? Before that dries, I can grab that and drag it like this and make it into a fuzzy star. And when you're meditating, take a deep breath. Remember that the sounds around you that feel like an interruption just help you relax more into the present moment and into yourself and into what you're doing. Like I have a little monkey coming up the stairs, it sounds like. That would be my grandson, and that's cool. I hear you coming. So yeah, you can just kind of, oh, we got a cat today too.
Marvin.
And Vern's phone rang all at the same time.
What are you doing?
Take some deep breaths. You can remain calm even in the midst of chaos. This is something that I'm learning. These are synchronicities, Boo Radley moments.
You want to go back down?
You going back down. See you later.
And we got to go up or down.
Answered prayers are scary. They imply responsibility. You asked for it and you got it. Now what are you going to do about that?
Down.
Yeah, I hear you. It's my experience. Oh, I'm reading from the book now. Take a deep breath. Julia says it's my experience that we're much more afraid that there might be a God than we are that there might not be. Can you peek in by Granny?
Let's see if I can get in here and
No.
step on Granny's
Here, let me
step.
move my paint water.
Yoop. Look.
There's Aiden.
Look.
He can't see himself.
Oh.
Sit him in the chair with me.
Bonk. We bonk noggins. Look, you're in the chair with Granny.
There, we've been in great... Yeah. What is going on? Hi, Bella.
You want to
I do.
You made a little guest appearance.
All right, that was Aiden, my little grandson, and my daughter Aubree. Now he's over there scratching my paint and looking out the window. So just continue to make stars on there.
Mommy has to go to the
I'm gonna
bathroom.
do that too
I have to
for a
carry you back
second.
out. I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. All right.
Too much information. I like how it was making it fuzzy when I used that other
Mommy's gotta
brush.
use the potty.
I put that brush in
Mommy
water
has to go.
because of, yeah.
Woo.
We're also
going down. Whee.
is learning that every interruption does not need a reaction of annoyance. I don't like to be in a state of being annoyed. I like to flow with whatever, you know. Katie said yesterday, "Hey, remember what it was like to be a baby and just you were just there and things came and things went away." Yeah, that's easier. Anyway, so breathing in the now, I am getting a lot of black paint on my book from this spot right here. So I'm going to wipe that off a bit. I'll try to turn this a little so you can see more what I'm doing here. So just continuing to put some stars on the whole thing. I need to find it. That's what I was doing. I was going to find a different brush. Take some deep breaths. Reground into the now. Feel your feet on the floor. I'd love to hear a comment. I see I have 4 viewers. I wonder, are any of you painting with me? These videos also are on my YouTube channel after. And that's Art by Kim Keffer on YouTube. And you can watch them then in your own time. It'll be on there by tomorrow. And past ones are already on there. Let me keep that brush out and not in water. And just smear some of these and make some star shapes, if you will. Just fuzzy it up a little. Next, I'd like you to put some, let's see, red. Just the tiniest dot of red and pink also. Not pink. Red and white make pink. That's what we're going to do. Blue. A little blue. Let's have a little red and a little blue. Whatever blue you have. Oh, I got to remember to slow down. No hurry, no worry. Time isn't real. We're just here now in this present moment. Rolling with whatever happens. I hear a little monkey coming up my stairs again. Oops, and I squirted out way more blue than I wanted to, but that's okay. I'll use it for something else.
Go up.
Let's see.
Going upstairs.
Julia says, what's the use? Well, life is what we make of it. Whether we conceive... Okay. I'm very disconnected at the moment. Remembering we are recovering a sense of power. We did our superhero pose. Remember what that looks like. Lots of triangles, you know, with the legs spread. And what we're going to do now is create the outline of that pose by, I took another flat, fuzzy, stiff brush. I'm going to mix the white and the pink and the red and make myself a little pink. And, oh man, my book is falling apart. Okay. And we're going to make that the shape of a superhero, you yourself as a superhero. So I'm going to do it by just light up and down motion with this brush. An oval for my head.
It's not safe. Alright?
My neck. My arms making that V shape.
I want you to fall.
Making that
That would be fine.
V shape. There's the arms. Just making the outline. Torso. And then the legs. So, create the outline, stick figure of yourself in superhero pose with your hands on your hips. I'm going to add a little blue to my pink. Ew, that made an ugly color. I don't like that. I'm going to try it again. Just a little blue and white. And again, I'm going to go with that same up-down motion now with the blue to break up that pink a little bit. Can you see that? So I'm going to turn this around and look at it and do that while you do that. And let's see what else Julia has to say about recovering a sense of power. I've learned as a rule of thumb never to ask whether you can do something. Say instead that you are doing it. Then fasten your seatbelt. The most remarkable things follow. We all have that dark and romantic notions that call to our deepest selves. When we answer that call, when we commit to it, we set in motion the principle dubbed synchronicity, loosely defined as a fortuitous intermeshing of events. Back in the 60s, they called it serendipity. Whatever you choose to call it, once you begin your creative recovery, you may be startled to find it cropping up everywhere. And these are fun things to write in your journal. Like, oh, this happened. And that means I'm really on my path. Like, I get it. I see. Oh, good morning, Vicki. I'm glad you're here. And Rainy, too. I'm just now seeing these comments. Yeah. Good. Okay, so we're going around making this shape. Way too much pink on mine, so I'm going to continue with the blue. The universe falls in with worthy plans, and most especially with festive and expansive ones. So dare to dream. Understand that what must come before the how. First, you must choose to... Okay, here, let me try this again. I'm reading this sentence. Understand that the what must come before the how. First, choose what you would do. The how usually falls into place as you go, as you define the what. Yes. Oh, I like what this blue is doing. So I'm just doing the up-down motion with the blue over top of the pink to just break that up some. It's the universal you in the atmosphere. Perhaps, like, I'm going to take some of this blue too and continue this movement I had. I'm sorry, I'm not showing you. I'm also going to come back with some of the black and do a little up-down motion where I go, oh, that's a little just too much. And just break it up some more. You could even... I want to get a smaller brush here next, but I'm going to just leave that up there for you to look at. Remember, creativity is a tribal experience. and that tribal elders will initiate the gifted youngsters who cross their path. I've been told I'm the elder now, so Rainey, I see you there, youngster. I'm gifting you. We like to pretend it's hard to follow our heartstrings. Turn aside your dream and it will come back to you again. Get willing to follow it again, and a second mysterious door will swing open. We say we're scared by failure, but what frightens us more is the possibility of success. Man, and this is true every time I read it, because we think of new things and new dreams we dream up, and then we go through all the same process again and getting in our own way. So take a small step in the direction of a dream and watch the synchronistic doors flying open. I like that. Until one is committed, there is a hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative or creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would otherwise never have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from this decision, rising in one's favor all manner of incidents and meetings and material assistance which no man would have believed would have come his way. I've watched all that happen. Whatever you think you can do or believe you can do, begin it. Action has magic, grace, and power in it. Power. So I want to now fill my universal self with white stars. So I'm going to get a smaller brush to flick with so I can be more directed in the flicking and try to keep them within that shape. Take some deep breaths if you haven't for a moment. Creating art is an act of meditation and can controlling the breath when we're creating helps us control the movement of our hands to be able to move with ease and focus on the creation at hand. We must breathe, see? So I'm going to just flick within and oh yeah, just fill me up. Made of stardust. Superpower, superhero, filled with power, and when we're talking about recovering a sense of power, the tasks and things that Julia has us do here in the book make us see all the ways we have given up our power, shame. I'll read a minute. Here's what she says about it. Those who get bogged down by fear before action are usually being sabotaged by an older enemy, shame. Shame is a controlling device. Shaming someone is an attempt to prevent the person from behaving in a way that embarrasses us or ourselves. Shaming ourselves is an attempt to prevent ourselves from behaving in a way that embarrasses us or maybe embarrasses others. Making a piece of art may feel a lot like telling a family secret. I'm here to tell you, oh yes it does. What will they think of me once they know this? Well, this is a frightening question. Particularly if we have ever been made to feel ashamed of our curiosities and explorations, social, sexual, or spiritual. How dare you, they said. The act of making art exposes a society to itself. Art brings things to light. Marielle made some great art yesterday and took it out to the, that's someone I know, to the protest. That was wonderful. So it illuminates us. It tells our story. We don't know how long we're going to be here. When people don't want to see something, they get mad at the one who shows them. But let me just read this. They kill the messenger. A child from an alcoholic home gets in trouble scholastically. The family is flagged as being troubled. The child is made to feel shame for bringing shame to the family. But did the child bring shame? No. The child brought the shameful things to light. The family shame predated and caused the child's distress. I'm going to flick some more stars. And I'd say this book, we talk about some really serious... Ooh, those are really... I'm really brightening up my being here with my stars. Look at that. Interesting. More up by the head. And you just keep going, you know, on this painting process. Keep your hand moving. Go back and forth now. If you put too much white there, you could flick a little black. You could flick a little... I also like the painting on cardboard because you can turn the canvas in your hand and change the position of it. If a child... I'm reading again. Deep breath. If a child has ever been made to feel foolish for believing in himself or herself... let me say that again. If a child has ever been made to feel foolish for believing in himself or herself, talented, the act of actually finishing a piece of art will be fraught with internal shaming. A lifetime of this kind of experience, in which needs for recognition are routinely dishonored, teaches a child that putting anything out for attention is a dangerous act. Which I'm here to tell you that also is true. You know, just doing these live feed feels like a dangerous act. My heart gets to racing before I start. Hey, look who's here. Oh, what a powerhouse. Yeah. Recovering a sense of power. Deborah, Kimberly, I'm glad you're here. Mama, yeah. Yeah, you can go back and paint later. I'm glad you put your nose on. Hugs to everybody. Through the sky. I love it. So yeah, I'm just filling myself up with stardust here as we finish up this chapter on recovering a sense of power. Shame is re-triggered in us as adults because our internal artist is always a creative child. Because of this, making a piece of art may cause us to feel shame. We can handle it though. We must learn to be very self-protective. Means learning where and when to ask or seek out criticism for sure. You know, actually I don't even let myself have an opinion about my art as I'm creating it. Nobody's opinion about your creation matters. And nobody's opinion about your expression matters, not even your own. Just be in that moment with yourself expressing and creating and see what happens. That's the only way you get to something new. You know, that's how you do. I'm going to do a little, oh, that's a little, I want to make sure that this shape stays. And I put like a lot of white right there. But let's make those into shooting stars, or even that could end up looking like wings or a cape. You know. We Dee is the widow Dee coming up the stairs again. I hear him.
You gonna go upstairs?
Yeah.
Go upstairs.
We will. This is a quote from Shakti Gawan. We will discover the nature of our particular genius when we stop trying to conform to our own or to other people's models, learn to be ourselves, and allow our natural channel to open. Let's take some deep breaths. Brenda Uland says, since you are like no other being ever created since the beginning of time, you are incomparable. Incomparable. Oh, it's the Heidi. I hear you. Is it Widow Dee coming up the stairs? Oh, jeez. Oh, Dee. So, you know, with this piece of art that you're creating, you can do whatever you want now. I've shown you a few things and how to. I'm going to flick some more into the background. Make it a little more starry, starry, starry. And I love when you finish your art, if you would sign it, of course, for yourself. Maybe you're keeping all the pieces for the 12 weeks of the Artist's Way. This is week 3. I lost one of mine already. I'm going to read from the book a second. We can learn to comfort our artist child over unfair criticism. We can learn to find friends with whom we can safely vent our pain. We can learn not to deny and stuff our feelings when we have been artistically savaged. Art requires a safe hatchery. And you all who are here watching are like a really safe space for me, knowing that you 4 or 5 are here.
Got you.
And knowing parts of your stories.
Thank you.
As artists, we must learn to create our own safe environments. We must learn to protect our artist child from shame. We do this by diffusing our childhood shamings, getting them on the page, sharing them with a counselor, trusted friend, a non-shaming others. We must learn that art reveals a secret of the human soul. Those watching it may try to shame us for making it. Hi, Dee Dee.
You got it?
We're
You did it.
painting.
You're upstairs. You did it. You made
There
it all
he
the way
is.
upstairs. You made it all the
There's
way
Aiden.
upstairs. Yeah. Now you better
I like
keep
this
on your
sentence.
own.
Don't pick up the first doubt. We simply cannot allow the first negative thought to take hold.
Up upstairs.
Taking in the first doubt is like picking up the first drink for an alcoholic.
You ready to go down?
Once it's in your system, the doubt will
Go
take
down
on
now?
another doubt and another and another. Doubting thoughts
Well,
can
don't mess
be
with those.
stopped,
Those are breakable.
but it takes
Break
vigilance
those.
to do
Make sure
so.
you have those.
You
Now,
know,
you got my hair.
maybe you get in the practice and learn to write those doubting
wanna go
thoughts in
down?
your journal. See how bad that feels.
You
And then you'll learn to counter them in that same space, in your
As long as
journal,
you
which
mess
is
with
your
those
safe
holes
space,
that-
in your morning pages.
Shakers. Great.
Mm-hmm. See how good Super Catfish the Clown, right? We always got to remember our superhero self is always there, you know? And this is not the first time I've made the superhero painting. I'm going to make my cape red. 'Cause I have this phrase from a song in my head right now about always trusting your cape. Spread your arms, hold your breath, and always trust your cape. Take the leap. Take the leap. Do the thing. Take the chance, you know? Things are weird. Life on the edge. It's all new, right? The rules are changing
You can touch, don't scratch.
all the time. And that looks like maybe I'm on fire too. The antidote for shame is self-love and self-praise. Aye! Doubting thoughts just can be stopped. I even like when I hear myself thinking, stinking thinking, and things I don't want to think, will say out loud to those thoughts, just stop. I'd rather not think at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next mark here, let's see, what's this I have highlighted? The words that enlighten the soul are more precious than jewels. Yes. And treating myself as a precious object makes it so. I think I'm going to go around the whole being now with the red up and down. You know, and just learning to be in the flow with your creative process and not force it. Just channel it. Just show up for it. Make it your practice. Make it your daily practice. I don't expect that you're all painters and that you're going to take these things that we discover in the artist way and be a painter. Some of you are drummers. Some of you are singers. Some of you are poets. Hiya. 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 This is my little squeaker monkey. He comes and visits. Hi, Aiden.
You made it upstairs.
You're doing great. It's amazing, Aiden. He's doing good. Bye, Jai. Let's see if I can get a sneak. Oh, there he is. There he is over there. And that's a portrait of his mama that I painted of her when she was 1 year old. Now he's moving this direction. But there he is. Golden boy. Into the light he goes. Ah, that was fun. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You know, and I can remain calm even amidst all the chaos. I can remain calm even amidst all the feelings. I can remain calm even as an American right now. And we do that by just staying in our own energy, in our own space, and breathing, you know, and knowing that we don't want to be in that state of being annoyed, and we're in the middle of a creative process. You can always lay it down and come back to it later. You may even lay it down at the end and think I did not mean to make it American red, white, and blue, but look at that. You know, you can't avoid who you are. Detective work and exercise. I'm reading from Julia's book again. Many blocked people are actually very powerful and creative personalities who have been made to feel guilty about their strengths and gifts. Made to feel guilty for their talents, they often hide their own light under a bushel for fear of hurting others. And instead they're hurting themselves, and they're keeping their creation, their heart light from the world. A little sleuth work is in order here to restore this person that we have abandoned ourselves.
Now you're just sitting around on the steps. Come on.
You know, and returning to things that we like to do. Take your life in your own hands. And what happens? A terrible thing. You have no one to blame, says Erica Jong. That's Aubree taking Aiden downstairs. This has been an interesting round of the Artist's Way. We're on week 3, and this is the second time that it has felt pretty chaotic around me. And life is filled with chaos, you know. We can remain calm and always find that masterpiece. You know, we're here to masterpiece. We are a masterpiece, mastering peace, and peace is within. Take some deep breaths. I'm going to read to you another minute. Hi, Chandra. I see you there. I love you all so much. Growth is an erratic forward movement. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Remember that, and be very gentle with yourself. A creative recovery is a healing process. Growth occurs in spurts. You will lie dormant sometimes. Do not be discouraged. Think of it as resting, and resting is necessary and good. The morning pages may seem pointless. They are not. What you are learning to do, writing them even when you are tired and they seem dull, what you're learning to do is rest on the page. Here comes Aiden again. If you will hew to a practice of writing 3 pages every morning and doing one kind thing for yourself every day, you will begin to notice a slight lightness of heart. Practice being kind to yourself in small, concrete ways. Hi, G. Ozzy. He likes to touch that glass art over there. It's not lit up. If it was lit, you could see it. It's a dancing woman. Maybe I'll light it up at the end. Here's a quote I really like from Martha Graham. Take some deep breaths. Practicing the art of listening now.
Ready to grab you if you get too close.
There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and will be lost. That would be sad. So be alert for support and encouragement. Be open to receiving gifts from odd channels. More than anything else, experience with solitude and being with your fine self. Find quiet time. Find a habit of checking in with yourself several times a day. Just take a beat. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? Listen to your answer and respond kindly. Sometimes for me it's like, I have to pee. Then go pee. Listen to your answer, respond kindly. If you're doing something very hard, promise yourself a break and a treat afterwards. Yes, I'm asking you to baby yourself. Hi, Juwa. See you later. Juja. Juja. We're speaking Aiden's language.
Come here, buddy.
Hi, Juwa.
You can't play on the step, up or down.
Yeah, I'm asking you to baby yourself.
Up or down.
As a creative being, you will be more productive when coaxed than when bullied. Yeah, so your artist self is a child, and you want to just coax it along. Don't judge your work. If you look at it and go, oh, I wish I'd have done that different, then go back and do it different. I do, treating myself as a precious object makes it so. So Julia gives us tasks at the end of the chapter. There's 10 of them there to choose from. You describe traits you like in yourself as a child. I laughed a lot. I like that about myself as a child. I like to laugh. I thought it was pretty funny. Bless you. Aiden's just smiling from ear to ear, touching my computer on his way by. So if you see it moving, that's why. Yeah. Anyway, so read over those at the end. I didn't do any of them this week. 5 people you wish you had met who are dead. I like to think if I met those people that like George O'Keeffe, Janis Joplin, we'd be friends. They'd really like me. You know, I'm creating this interesting character that would, like the characters that I like. Creative work is play. It's free speculation using the materials of one's chosen form. You know, so have your art supplies handy nearby. You know, I just blacked out a lot of that red. Back and forth you go. Maybe I'm going to make a heart. I believe in you, Aiden. Aiden's a good little creative companion. He's working on his pacing and flying motions. He's checking out things. There's a new chair in the room. So that's interesting. Back and forth you go, making this painting however you want it. It is your creative expression of power. I'm going to finish mine up and post it in the comments or just on the Creative Companions page or somewhere. We can post them somewhere where we all can see them. I'm still figuring this all out. I'm going to read you one more quote here at the end of the chapter. Mae West, she says, "Whenever I have to choose between 2 evils, I always like to try the one I haven't tried before." So there you have it. Try something new. Week 4, we're going to be recovering a sense of integrity. And I'll post about that and what supplies to bring next week. So finish up your little universe of you and your power pose. A D. You might want to put a face on there. Use a really small brush if you do. Take your time. Take deep breaths. Do that same thing all week long. Take your time. Look for that peaceful, easy feeling in all that you do. You can make everything meditation. Before we go, let's take a couple deep breaths together. Knowing that we're always just works in progress, in flow. Creative companions, believing in one another and our creative evolution. Peace out.
Is there a new thing up here?
Om.